friends. All my friends are dead, all of them. That's over 40 people. I could just roll off the top of my head, 40 people. You know, there'd be more than that, but they're all dead. I'm the only one that's still alive, you know, and 2 other people, and that's it.
And I've lost about 5 friends due to heroin. And yeah, it's just...
I've lost probably half a dozen friends to heroin, yep.
Out of 200 or 300 people I've seen overdose, there would have been at least half of them die, at least half or more. Probably 2/3 out of 3, yeah, 2/3 would have died. Easy.
It was a period where I'd say to people, if I've overdosed, leave me. Just leave me. There was a few people who didn't listen to me, which is thankful for it. But I've also had people who have said the same thing to me, and I've had to say to them, I can't do that. You know, if you're dropping me, I've got to help you.
It was sad because I lost a girlfriend to it as well. And you know, she's a real close friend, and when I heard about it, I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, didn't believe it at first.
Overdose, and I don't like seeing people overdose. I've seen too many. I've seen at least 200 of them, at least 200 or 300 in my lifetime, at least.
Just don't mix your pills with your heroin, like Xanax or Valium or anything like that. Just don't mix them, or otherwise you will OD.
Well, me and my friend had had some earlier, and she wanted some, and she had half as much as we did, and she overdosed. So, you know, there's no real limit on how much you need to overdose, I guess.
That's how a lot of them overdose, by having heroin and then having pills or something like that, or having ice and pills and that together. But that ice plain straight out just fries your brain anyway, that ice.
I've lost a friend who did a mixture. They gave themselves a bit of a cocktail of having some heroin, and then later on they had some speed. And they end up dying of a heart attack.
The pills live in your system and they build up, they escalate, they build up within your system. So on the 4th day when you've had nothing, you don't realise it's still in your system. It's like you had all those 3 days worth. On the 4th day, it's all built up in your system, so you have a hit and you go down. So people that do mix drugs have to know what they're doing.
Big ones. I've seen a lot of people overdose on Xanax. And the girl that was like a sister to me die on them.
She'd been using for 20 odd years, and it was from taking some tablets and then having a shot that killed her. So, you know, it doesn't just mean just because you've been using for years you have control of it.
Just straight away call the ambulance. Have no hesitation, just call the ambulance.
Just check the vital signs, and if they haven't got them, call an ambulance, yeah.
First thing you do is you sit there, work on them, and if someone walking past you, like, ring an ambulance for me, and you get an ambulance or whatever, but you keep working on them as long as you can. Even if you don't know what to do, just do the basic, clear the airway and make sure they're breathing. If they're not breathing, tilt the head back and give them basic mouth to mouth. If that's all you know, do with that. At least that'll keep them alive a bit till the ambulance get there.
Just use a small amount to start off with, and try and keep it that way, yeah.
Think about where you're going to use and who you're going to have with you, you know. If you're not well, if you're a bit sick, again, your body's, it's not strong, and if you have what you normally have, you can go down, you can overdose.
If they don't respond, then you call an ambo straight away. You know, so, but you keep moving them. If they're being sick, put them in a coma position, so that way they don't choke.
twice I overdosed. And yeah, lucky a friend was there, you know, to call the ambulance for me. Or otherwise I wouldn't be here today.
That's all I can recommend is education.
Overdose, mate. They break your heart, mate, and you always think about them. And that's what stops me overdosing now too, I think. I think about them too. It helps me in my own way, in a small way, but I don't know.
Just try not to let it take control of your life. Yeah.
Try and treat other people the same way you'd want to be treated. You know, just because we use doesn't mean we have to not have morals and integrity. You can still have the two, have a habit, which you can. I can honestly say that, you know. Sure, we do things we're ashamed of, but you can have integrity.